As I walked down a dusty road in one of the most populated provinces of India, suddenly in the distance we saw a village. And in that village there was a little building and a group of people. The splash of color in their veils was something that greeted our eyes. They began singing. They lined up 4 chairs where we were supposed to sit down, and upon sitting down, the women proceeded to take our shoes and socks off, and they began to wash our feet. None of us had ever experienced that before, so we were shocked, didn't know what to do, but they were so happy because that is a proud tradition in their village. It was easy to preach after an experience like that. We need to forgive as He forgave us. I spoke first from Luke chapter 7, verse 36, where a sinful woman is washing Jesus' feet. Then I preached from John 13, where Jesus Himself is washing the disciples' feet. The people were grinning in approval of that sinful woman of Luke 7. She would have been an honorary member of their village. Our ministry partner here has been developing schools. These are private schools to minister to the communities where they are proclaiming the good news of the gospel. Each school already has an average of 400 children and a goal of having 1,000 children per school. The private status of these schools allows them to be Christian and also frees them to set limits on enrollment, which ensures that they will operate efficiently. If they were open to the public, they couldn't possibly provide for the masses of children who would want to attend. The requirement for enrollment is that the parents pay tuition. How much tuition? Only $3 per month. The school building strategy is part of the ministry group's holistic approach to the community. The private school approach is a God gift. We are able to bless hundreds of communities. By meeting parents' deeply felt need for the education of their children, the ministry is seen as a great asset for the region. Persecution of Christian proselytizers has been deadly in this region, but education is warmly welcomed and embraced. It was a huge surprise to go into another village and see the congregation assembling outside the church in plain view of villagers and passers-by. A large baptistry had been built outside the church building by the side of the road for everyone to see. It was a spectacle. I instantly thought of 1 Corinthians 4, 9 and 10. It seems to me that God has exhibited us apostles as last of all, like men sentenced to death, because we have become a spectacle to the world, to angels and to men. We are in India with the Lord's call on our service and our lives, come what may. It is a calling that extends all the way back to the early New Testament. The Indian city of Chennai, formerly known as Madras, is the site where, according to tradition, Thomas, the disciple, was martyred. A cathedral in Chennai commemorates his martyrdom. Known as Doubting Thomas, he saw the pierced hands and side of Jesus and then followed the Lord's call to India. These are gracious yet tenaciously determined believers. I informed them that the word witnesses in Greek is martyrs, from which we get our English language word martyrs. Then I asked if they knew the word in Hindi. They told me that the word is shaheed and that it means to die for your faith. Their bold witness, their outside the building baptistry, showed me what they are made of. They are not weak witnesses. They are shahidon, martyrs. You and I are perhaps not called to be martyred. We are called to stand behind them, however, and by His grace, share in the reward with them. And you and I, we have the privilege of being their partners. May we be worthy of such partnership.
दूसरे को भी चलाते हैं, हम भी चलते थे, लेकिन उसमें हमको चंगा उद्धार नहीं पाया। कि उसमें किए कि कैसे करते थे। फिर खीर भात भी हम लाते थे, खीर भात लाते थे डबते हुए, ठीक है। आग को भी मिस देते थे इससे, ठीक है। उसमें भी हमको भलाई नहीं मिला, लेकिन हम उसमें मसीह में आ गए। तो संडे किए, संडे को दूसरा दिन अपना पैर को हम काट दिए। आज जैसे आया जैसे बुझाया हमको, परमेश्वर हमको उठा लिया, ऐसे बुझाया। बहुत अच्छा बुझाया हमको, बहुत अच्छा कि हालेलुया हालेलुया आवाज़ करने लगे। हाँ, हालेलुया हालेलुया हम आवाज़ करने लगे। बहुत खुशी हो गया, हमारा दिल में बहुत खुशी हो गया। उसी दूसरा दिन में या चौथा दिन में परमेश्वर ने बोला हमको, हमारा काम के लिए आपको बुला रहे हैं, लेकिन हमारा काम कीजिए। हम बोले कि हम तो पढ़े लिखे नहीं हैं, कैसे कर सकते हैं। लेकिन हम बोले कि हमसे बात की, आपसे आपको अगर हमको आगे आपको नहीं सुझाव नहीं देते हैं कि आप हमसे बातचीत नहीं करते हैं, तो हम कुछ भी नहीं करते हैं, नहीं कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, अभी तो परमेश्वर हमसे बातचीत करता है और कलीसिया दिया है परमेश्वर ने, बहुत अच्छा, बहुत लोगों ने दिया है। चंगा होता है, बहुत लोग चंगा हुआ है। दुष्टता से भरा हुआ लोग, वो लोग भी चंगा होता है। बीमारी लोगों को चंगा होता है, बहुत अच्छा चंगा देखे। जो परमेश्वर हमको चुना है, ठीक है, अधूरा नहीं रखा है। परमेश्वर बहुत अच्छा अच्छा काम मेरे पास पे काम किया है।
What we have known as the greatest field is Cuba. It grows by leaps and bounds. But the conclusion here is India is the biggest Cuba we could ever hope for. These are people who know the power of the currency of obedience, just like the Cubans know it, but to an even greater degree. What we are witnessing in India is Hebrews 12, 3-7 in action. It says, "Consider him who endured from sinners such hostility against himself, so that you may not grow weary or faint-hearted. In your struggle against sin, you have not yet resisted to the point of shedding your blood. It is for discipline that you have to endure. God is treating you as sons. What son is there whom his father does not discipline?" In Cuba, yes, many have suffered. Some may have even paid with their freedom and their lives. But there is no question that in parts of India, such painful payment is a daily possibility. A total of 360 church plants are currently underway in India, and we hope to be ready to launch the balance of 1,000 churches within this next year. On behalf of the people of India and of the multitudes around the world that we are called to serve, I thank you. I thank you for joining the Lord of the harvest. And I pray that He will bless your life and the lives of those whom you love.